Roman Reigns spoils CM Punk and Seth Rollins steel cage match on WWE Raw. Roman Reigns returned to WWE TV on this week's WWE Raw, attacking both Seth Rollins and CM Punk during their steel cage match at Madison Square Garden. Rollins and Punk battered each other inside the steel structure, repeatedly denying themselves the opportunity to escape the cage in favor of continuing the fight. After both men connected with curb stomps and go-to-sleeps, it looked like Rollins had the victory in hand when he connected with a stomp from the second turnbuckle. But before he could attempt a pin, Rollins was hoisted out of the cage through the side door by Reigns, who took out his frustration on the Visionary for hitting him with 2 curb stomps back at the Royal Rumble. The Tribal Chief wanted to give Rollins a curb stomp of his own on the ringside steel steps, only to be stopped by Adam Pearce and a team of security guards sprinting their way to the ring. Reigns then noticed Paul Heyman consoling a barely conscious Punk inside the cage and opted to nail Punk with a spear. The stage is now set for the heavily rumored triple threat match between Reigns, Punk, and Rollins for WrestleMania 41. While Rollins took most of the punishment during the closing moments of WWE Raw, he's the linchpin that holds this triple threat bout together. His complicated history with Reigns stretches back over a decade to their time in The Shield, capitalized by the main event of WrestleMania XL when he appeared in his old Shield gear and distracted Reigns just long enough for Cody Rhodes to finally end the head of the table's tyrannical run as undisputed WWE champion. Meanwhile, Rollins has been Punk's loudest critic ever since Punk returned to the WWE in late 2023. Referring to him as a cancer, Rollins still holds a grudge against Punk for all the hostility he showed towards WWE during his years away from the promotion, including during his tumultuous tenure in AEW. Punk has fired back by saying Rollins has been living in his shadow for decades and that he looks at Rollins as a little brother, which has only enraged Rollins further. On top of the Reigns versus Rollins versus Punk story, a few more WrestleMania matches were teased on WWE Raw this week. Chad Gable appeared in a luchador mask and cost the Latino World Order their Tornado Tag Team match against the New Day. AJ Styles nailed Logan Paul with a phenomenal forearm after the influencer put his hands on podcaster Andrew Schultz. And Rhea Ripley interrupted a promo between Io Sky and Bianca Belair, further indicating she'll still be involved in the Women's World Championship match at WrestleMania despite losing the title to Sky last week. Only 4 matches have been officially announced for WrestleMania 41 as of now. But given that the 2-night event is still more than a month away, expect the company to officially add plenty of matches to the card in the coming weeks. Roman Reigns lays out Seth Rollins and CM Punk on WWE Monday Night Raw. Roman Reigns asserts himself in between Rollins and Punk. The headlining match of the March 10th Monday Night Raw on Netflix for Madison Square Garden was CM Punk versus Seth Rollins inside a steel cage. Towards the back end of the bout, Rollins hit a curb stomp onto Punk from the top rope. Rollins then leaned his body against the ring ropes near the cage door, which was open. Roman Reigns showed up and dragged Rollins out of the cage, and as a result, Rollins won the match. Reigns beat Rollins down and curb stomped him on the floor. Raw general manager Adam Pearce, producers and referees came out to stop Reigns as he backed away. Reigns spotted Paul Heyman inside the cage, consoling Punk. An irate Reigns got inside the cage and sent Punk flying into the structure twice before putting him down with a spear. Roman Reigns returns. Seth Rollins beats CM Punk in steel cage match on WWE. Roman Reigns is back, as he set his sights on Seth Rollins and CM Punk on the March 10th episode of WWE Raw. In the main event of the March 10th episode of WWE Raw, CM Punk and Seth Rollins clashed in a steel cage match. They threw everything they had at each other in a thrilling bout that featured multiple stomps and go-dash-to-dash sleeps. In the closing moments, Rollins put Punk down with a stomp. The Madison Square Garden crowd erupted in cheers as Roman Reigns ran in and dragged Rollins out of the cage. Rollins was declared the winner, but Reigns immediately attacked him. He hit Rollins with a stomp and set him up for a stomp on the steel steps, but officials stopped him. Paul Heyman checked on CM Punk in the ring, and Reigns attacked the former world champion. Reigns floored Punk with a spear and ended the night standing tall. Roman Reigns had been absent since Rollins hit him with multiple stomps after they were eliminated from the men's Royal Rumble match. Punk and Rollins trade shots. Punk gets crotched on the top of the cage. Rollins superplexes Punk off the top of the cage. Directions for Randy Orton on the road to WWE WrestleMania 41. Randy Orton has been away from WWE for a few months. He was last seen taking a banned piledriver move from former teammate Kevin Owens that WWE fans are waiting for the Viper to return to the ring. He missed the 2025 Royal Rumble, and it looks like he won't be back for Elimination Chamber either. With WrestleMania 41 on the horizon, the creative team may want to bring Orton back for a major rivalry. He could do great things to make the show more enjoyable for fans. Check out the 4 directions for Randy Orton if he returns on the road to WrestleMania 41. Randy Orton could take out Kevin Owens to set up their WWE WrestleMania 41 match. Kevin Owens was the one to take out Randy Orton on the November 8, 2024 episode of WWE SmackDown. The two men worked as a tag team before the prizefighter turned on him. The Viper will likely come back for revenge sooner rather than later. WWE fans could see him appear on an upcoming episode of SmackDown either before or after Elimination Chamber. Orton could target Owens when he is looking to injure another superstar. He could hit him with a punt kick and take him out for some time before the two meet at WrestleMania 41 to settle their differences. John Cena is looking to set a new record for the most number of world title wins in WWE. The greatest of all time declared his entry into the men's Elimination Chamber match after falling short in the Royal Rumble. Randy Orton could look to stop his best friend from reaching that milestone in his retirement tour. The Viper could enter the chamber when a star is exiting and attack Cena to cost him his world title dream, attack John Cena inside the Elimination Chamber to get into his next feud. The two men could get into another bitter rivalry to entertain fans. They could have a blockbuster match at the Show of Shows before John Cena calls it a day. It would be great to see the two veterans reignite their decades of rivalry. Randy Orton could team up with Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton isn't the only top star Kevin Owens has targeted in his current reign as a heel. He has also hit Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes with the banned package piledriver move to injure them. The Viper could return to recruit Rhodes and Zayn to join him and create a babyface supergroup. They could then target Kevin Owens and, if he joins the prizefighter, Drew McIntyre to take them out. Forming a supergroup just before WrestleMania would allow all three men to stay busy for some time. The final match could take place between Orton and Owens at WrestleMania 41. The Viper could return to team up with Cody Rhodes to solve the Kevin Owens problem. However, he could turn on his former teammates sooner rather than later. Randy Orton could backstab Cody Rhodes, especially if John Cena wins the Elimination Chamber match to challenge him at WrestleMania 41. He could continue to attack both men and convince them to make the contest a triple threat match at the Show of Shows. Adding a vicious heel to a babyface rivalry between Cody Rhodes and John Cena would make sense. Fans could also get behind the entire storyline, as a win for Randy Orton or John Cena would be sweet for diehard fans. WWE News and Rumor Roundup. Unfortunate update on Randy Orton's hiatus. Planned WrestleMania 41 match scrapped. Welcome to the latest edition of Sportskeeda Wrestling's WWE News and Rumor Roundup. Today, we have some huge stories regarding WrestleMania 41. Some planned matches for the Show of Shows might not happen. There's also a backstage update on Randy Orton, albeit not a positive one. So, without further ado, let's get into today's roundup that WWE may change their plans for Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 41. Drew McIntyre